Hello, friends, and welcome to Coordinating Your Chaos with the Blended Mama. My name is Teresa Stone, and I am the Blended Mama. And on this channel, we help busy women find calm in the chaos of life through community and planning. Today, we're tackling a big topic for anyone who struggles to stick with their routines, even the routines they set for themselves. So, building a daily task that's not just ideal, but actually realistic and sustainable. So, let's dive in and make sure that your daily plans are working for you, not against you. So let's be real. Life rarely goes according to plan, at least mine hasn't. And trying to follow a perfect routine often just adds more stress. So that's why we're talking about realistic routines today, ones that are going to work with your energy, with your lifestyle, and all the unpredictabilities that life throws your way. So here are my top 5 tips for creating a flexible yet effective daily routine. So, tip number 1 is start with your energy levels, right? You've probably heard this before, but the first step in building a realistic routine is to recognize when you are at your best. Some people are morning birds. That would definitely be me. I don't know how to function after 8 o'clock p.m. I definitely prefer to get up earlier in the morning. Others might come alive in the afternoon, the evening. Those are going to be your night owls. So really pay attention to your natural energy rhythms and plan for your most demanding tasks to be during those high energy times. So for example, if you are sharpest in the morning, like I am, use that time for your more focused work that is going to take more of your brain power, and then schedule the lighter tasks like emails and organizing when your energy dips. So I definitely, by the end of my work day, my brain is just done. So like literally yesterday, I was organizing files in a folder because I was just done. So make sure that you are taking those types of things into account whenever you are setting up your plans for the day. All right, tip number 2, and this one is going to be something that some people struggle with more than others, but be honest about your time. So we've all been guilty about overestimating how much we can actually accomplish in a day. And some of us just are bad at estimating time. But instead of cramming every hour with tasks, make sure that you're leaving some buffer time in between them. Think of it as giving yourself time to breathe. If you're always rushing from one thing to the next, burnout is bound to happen, and we don't want that to happen. So let's try to aim for 2 to 3 priority tasks each day with some flexibility for the smaller, less urgent ones. That is definitely important. To really consider. Okay. All right. Tip number 3, create a bare minimum routine. So this is where the difference between your ideal and your realistic really comes into play. Life is definitely unpredictable, and some days you're not going to have the time or the energy to do all the things that are on your list. So create a bare minimum routine. These are going to be just the essential tasks that you can commit to, even on the busiest or the toughest days. So that might be something as simple as 15 minutes of movement, 5 minutes of checking in of your planner in the morning, a mindful moment with your morning coffee or your morning matcha. But that bare minimum is going to keep you grounded even on the busiest days, right? So, and then you're going to still feel like you got things done. So I think that's also important with keeping that feeling and that motivation going. Okay. All right, tip number 4, build in micro breaks. One of the best ways to stay consistent with your routine is to give yourself small breaks throughout the day. They don't have to be long, so maybe 5-10 minutes, stretch, breathe, grab a drink. But doing that quick reset every couple of hours can really do wonders for your focus and for your energy. When you feel refreshed, you're more likely to stick to your plan instead of hitting that midday slump and throwing in the towel. Now, for me personally, I have to have some reminders to get up for those breaks. So I have like a step count on my Fitbit that like a minimum per hour that I want to get. So 10 minutes before the end of the hour, it will buzz and say, hey, you haven't gotten your steps yet. And so then I'll get up and I literally will just walk laps around the house to get to my steps. But it's that like the actual reminder that, hey, you really need to get up. Okay. So consider adding things like that if you are like me and maybe you struggle to actually take the micro breaks. Even when you want them to be there, you just forget to go do it. Think about adding some kind of reminder that is going to make you get up and do it. All right, and my last tip, number 5, is reflect and adjust regularly. So last but definitely not least, make time for that quick reflection at the end of the week and definitely at the end of the month. But ask yourself what worked, what didn't, right, within your routine. Your routine should be as flexible as you need it to be, evolving over time. Mine has definitely changed over time. I've been really focusing on that this past year. But if something is not working for you, don't be afraid to tweak it. Try something different, move things around. A realistic routine is all about adaptability. So give yourself permission to adjust as your life and your priorities shift. Because listen, like when I was on vacation, I definitely did not keep up with my routine as much as I, do on a normal basis. It did take me a little bit. It took me 2 full weeks to kind of get back into the swing of things. But once you have that routine and you know what is going to work for you, it's easy to get back into it, even when you do shift off of it for a little bit. So, and that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in today for Coordinating Your Chaos. I hope these tips help you create a routine that actually fits your life, not an idealized version of it. Now, remember, the best routine is one you can stick to without feeling overwhelmed or exhausted. If you have daily routine tips that have worked for you, I would love for you to share them in the comments below. I definitely want to hear what is already working for you. But until next time, keep planning with purpose and coordinate that chaos.